everybody, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura, and today we are doing a pick a candle reading, and we will be asking what makes you hot, why are people crushing on you, why are you magnetic, and why can you get whatever you want? What are the traits that you should be capitalizing off of to get what you want in life? Okay. So before we begin, this reading is sponsored by my own product, my Goddess Energy Intention Oil, which you can use to anoint yourself, your objects, put it into your magical practice. It will increase your sense of beauty, abundance, goddess energy. Go ahead and get that. Now, select whichever one of these candles on screen that you feel most drawn to intuitively. It doesn't have to be which candle you think is the prettiest, just whichever one your eye is going towards, that is yours. And you can totally feel drawn to more than one candle. That is perfectly fine. Once you've selected your candle, you can skip ahead using the timestamps, or you can watch through. Now, I will also be offering a spell for you guys to increase your beauty, and keep watching if you want to participate in that. Otherwise, skip ahead to your reading. Okay, so we are going to begin this spell. We have a spell candle here that has engravings on it to maximize your beauty, your magnetism, and all types of great things, desirability, prosperity. It was anointed with my Goddess Energy Intention Oil, which I do sell on my website, spiritpsychic.org. So if you like this video, comment, subscribe, engage in the channel, engage in this video in any way, this spell and its energies will be sent to you. And that is that, and so it is. Let's begin the readings now. Group number one, let's do a quick reading for you, seeing why you are beautiful, magnetic, why people be crushing on you. You have the fault line coming out. You have the vow. Right away, I'm seeing very loyal, very committed, especially with this bird here. It reminds me of a white dove. White doves represent loyalty. It represents longevity and staying really, really true to the people around you. I feel like you're not the type of person to betray anyone or betray any trust. Once you make a commitment, once you make a vow, you're staying with it, essentially. And that is really beautiful. People really enjoy that. We have time to go, between worlds. This is a strong card of mediumship, actually, and existing on the threshold of life and death, existing on the threshold of the spiritual and physical planes. I'm also seeing that same message applying here with the fault line. Both of these cards kind of represent kind of being in this transitionary state of existence. So I do wonder if you're a very adaptable person, or in your current circumstances right now, you're at a place in life where you're kind of like between really big chapters, like ending one huge chapter, beginning a new huge chapter, or even in, like, I don't know why I'm seeing someone watching might be in a temporary living situation. Like maybe you work remotely and you are like just traveling and staying in different countries months at a time. I know that's so specific, but I'm genuinely getting that for some people watching here. Maybe that's a dream of yours, but I do see this kind of very light-going, free, airy way about you. And with time to go, I feel like you're always kind of on the go, always just looking for some type of growth. And we see that here as well with Between Worlds, the fault line. It's like you're always on the brink of a new discovery, always on the brink of something new and exciting. And it's a beautiful combination with your loyalty, because it's like you will stay loyal to people for many, 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 many years. And sometimes when we have the same people in our lives for years and it's very long term, it can grow quite stagnant. But I feel like no one ever gets bored of your energy. No one ever feels like you're stagnant, because you yourself are always exploring uncharted territories. You're always traveling, or like diving deeper into new ideas, how you can grow yourself, new projects, whatever it is that you're doing. Your life always seems exciting because you're always looking to experience growth in some way, and always looking to grow yourself and therefore the relationships around you. So there's always something new and exciting going on with you, it seems, at least from an outside perspective, which is extremely attractive. And on top of that, you are very loyal. And I feel like that's a very sought after combination, because usually people who are very like novelty seeking may not be the most committed, the most loyal in relationships, but you somehow take the best of both worlds, and people find that extremely attractive. So your energy oracle is hostilities in reverse. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you don't take no crap. Like, you aren't here for drama. I feel like you strive to live a very drama-free life. Like, in your head, it's like, you know, I'm gonna be committed to healthy, happy relationships. There's no point in fighting. Like, let's just talk it out. And like, you're just, you know what I'm actually seeing? Like, you're not insecure. You know how like sometimes really insecure people can just create so much drama or have negativity pent up in them? You just don't have that. Like, you're just relaxed. You're just enjoying life. And it's beautiful. We also have travel. Of course, this card would come out for you. Of course, because why not? Literally. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. I'll be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. I feel like people view you. I would be really shocked, group number one, if you weren't already well traveled, or if that wasn't a goal of yours, because I'm just seeing travel. I'm seeing like international energies. I'm seeing like this constant state of growth. And if you're not traveling, this is like the constant need to expand your mind. Very strong Sagittarius energy with you guys watching. And you don't have to be a Sagittarius. If you are, like, I would suspect strong Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. So they could be Sagittarius in your chart, but they don't have to be. But the energy of Sagittarius is just always on the move, always on the go. Constantly traveling, constantly seeking out higher education. So for some of you, you might have actually gotten higher education, and that makes you more attractive. And even if you haven't like formally achieved higher education, you are just very intelligent because you're constantly learning new things, reading new books. Okay, self-growth kings and queens in this group is what I'm seeing, and it's very attractive, extremely attractive. Okay, then we have 3 tarot cards here. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, exactly. I feel like you're attractive because people can actually see themselves spending a really long time with you. Okay, not even just like romantically, especially romantically, you know, like people want to wife you up, husband you up. Like, you just seem to have it all. Like, you're exciting. People can perceive you to be an exciting person to be around in the long term. Like, this is someone who I can have fun with for a really long time. Not even just in a romantic context, but even in a friendship context. Like, I feel like people are attracted to you and want to be your friend because it's like life will never get dull with this person, and I know that they're like super committed, super loyal, and if there's ever an issue between us, like, they're just going to talk about it because you give off such an emotionally intelligent energy here. Also, I'm just gonna be honest with you, with the Pentacles coming out in a reading like this with a question like this, you probably are very physically attractive as well, because Pentacles rule over physical energy. So I mean, come on, it seems like you have it all. Like, we have the 5 of Swords. There is that no nonsense energy. Like, this is a card about literally walking away from people who give you a headache, and I'm viewing you as this person in the background here. It's like in situations where you could be like this, in situations where you can sit here and argue with people, like, you just walk away and live your best life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are not afraid to block someone. You are not afraid to just like literally shut someone down so fast. It's almost like, have you ever had a narcissist try to argue with you, try to gaslight you, and you're just like immediately like, nope, don't care, block. Don't even put any effort towards it. Like, that is what you give off. Like, you're totally no nonsense when it comes to people trying to start drama. And I feel like people really respect that about you. Like, you can get a lot of respect for that quality about yourself. Like, there's just zero tolerance for unnecessary conflict, unnecessary drama. I do wonder if some of you guys watching are a pacifist. And I don't feel like it would be most of you, because I do feel like kind of a sharp edge to a lot of you here, where it's like you wouldn't necessarily get into a fight with someone, but I mean, you're not afraid to like say something aggressive to someone who did you dirty and then like immediately block them and let it go. So I don't know, I like that about you. We have the moon in reverse. There is a daydreamy, I wonder if you space out a lot. Just to be honest, I wonder if you like kind of just stare off into space a lot, space out a lot. You could even be super creative. But I feel like I am getting this question here of like, I just really wonder what's on their mind. You're kind of a mystery to a lot of people. Hard to pin down is what I would say. Sagittarius energy to me always is like just this hard to pin down type of energy. Like 1 minute you're here, 1 minute you're there. And like, I don't know, I just feel like you're always like off doing something. Like your mind is never bored. It really doesn't feel bored ever. And you get really like into your passions, I want to say, like the things that you want to do, whether that's traveling, learning whatever subject piques your interest at the time. And because you're always like kind of just doing your own thing, it makes you extremely attractive, because the thing is, people are at their least attractive when they are like needy for someone else's attention. And I feel like because you have like your own passions, your own hobbies, and you're just like kind of like bumbling about life, like moving around, doing your own thing, it actually makes you super attractive, because you're like focusing on your life and your thoughts and your ideas and the things that you're learning, and like you're just a very individualistic person, and that is like the most attractive quality. Like when you have your own little life going for you, that just does it for people. And I'm seeing that here. People, there's a mystery about you, because it's like you're not gonna sit here and obsess over someone. I feel like if you met a famous person, for example, you're not gonna sit here and like treat them like a different person. They're still a person in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Like you understand the humanity in everyone. Like no one's better than anyone else. Like you never go just like absolutely chasing and going crazy for someone. Like you have a lot of self-respect, it seems, which is really nice. And there's like this deeply spiritual side to you as well, which is also Sagittarius energy with the between worlds, with the fault line. Like you're always on the brink of self-discovery, and maybe even discovery for the collective, for humanity. Maybe you're a researcher, literally. Maybe you're in the academic field. Maybe you have I also am seeing like remote working jobs. You could be a lot of things, but moral of the story here is like, that's what makes you attractive. And I do feel like a lot of people want to be your friend. Like it's specifically, I feel like so many people want to be your friend, but they don't know how to go about doing it. And also, of course, I feel like you attract people who actually like really want to spend their life with you, not just like casual people who are like, oh yeah, I'd get with him, I'd get with her. But like literally, like you make people feel like they want to spend their life with you. Like you just give off this sense of loyalty, commitment, while also like just being open-minded, fun, adventurous. So like people really do view you as like a for-lifer, which is beautiful. Anyways, like I said, this is gonna be a shorter reading. Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next reading. Bye bye. Group number 2, welcome. Let's see what makes you beautiful, what makes you attractive, stunning, what makes people have a big old crush on you. You have the prayer coming out. Okay, immediately I just get the sense of like, if someone does you dirty, you're like, oh, I wish the best for you, and then like immediately like block, immediately don't talk to them. Like there's this sense of just purity about you, and even when someone does not deserve your kindness, it's like kill them with kindness. Have you ever heard that expression, kill them with kindness? It's like when someone treats you bad, like be a super duper nice person and then like literally give them 0 of your energy after that. For some reason that's coming through in your reading on what makes you attractive. So I do wonder if like you command so much respect and people are so attracted to you because you never seem to like lose your cool. You never seem to like what's the word, like there's a regalness here, there's a sense of grace, there's a sense of like I don't know, this is like giving me like king and queen energy. Like I'm not losing my cool over this petty behavior. I wish you the best, I wish you all the healing, and then you never talk to that person again. And it's like the worst revenge, because it's like then people can't even blame you. Like people who did you dirty, they can't even blame you. they can't point fingers when you act with that high degree of like, I feel like you have supreme control over your emotions. Like even when you are feeling really emotional, you don't let your emotions get the best of you and control what you say, control what you do. Like you keep your cool very easily. That's what I'm seeing for you. We also have the crone. There's a lot of wisdom that people can learn from you. The crone comes out like, the crone is like an older woman archetype. So I do wonder if you are an older, mature woman, first off, you might have like a lot of people who are into that chasing after you. Lots of younger people chasing after you. So I don't know if we have any gilfs out here, but you might look really good for your age if you are older, okay? And if you're younger, you have a lot of wisdom beyond your years. This is overall just giving like a lot of wisdom in general. Like you give really, really good advice. You're very intelligent. Also, like this crow here, crows are spirit guides to people who are connected to the mystical side of life. I'm not surprised this is coming out for someone who is watching a tarot reading. So there is that sense of mysticism about you. I don't know if you read tarot yourself or if you're into spiritual practices yourself or feel like you have psychic abilities, but generally speaking, crows and like crow symbolism, if it's coming out a lot for you in your life, that could be an indication that they are your spirit guide. Crows tend to pair up with people who have extra magic and psychic connection, so that is another attractive trait about you. You have like this otherworldly sense of what people are feeling, and you also have really strong just wisdom to share with people, which is amazing. I feel like out of the people you know, out of your friends, you seem to act the most mature for some reason. I'm seeing that. Like you don't ever act petty, and that is attractive, okay? We have gratitude coming out. Having a grateful heart truly is so attractive, guys. Like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much of my time personally with people who had such a pessimistic spirit, and it really brings people down. And this just shows that like you understand your privileges in life, you're grateful for the life that you have, and having that spirit of gratitude for the people around you and for your life is just wonderful. Find just one thing that you feel grateful for right now and let that gratitude pour through your body. It's a healing balm like the warmth of the sun. Also, I feel like there's something that you do here, and I don't know if you do this intentionally or not, but I'm seeing this image of you just like giving a lot of compliments and genuinely bringing joy to other people. Like I feel like you have this ability to see people for who they genuinely are and make them feel heard, make them feel seen. And I don't know, it's just the littlest things, like the littlest words that you use and the way that you phrase things sometimes, where people really feel like you see parts of them that they want others to see but largely goes ignored. I feel like you have this psychic ability almost to see exactly what someone is insecure about or what someone wants attention on, and like you make them feel good about that. So for example, like if you're in a group of people and you have like this near psychic ability to tell when like, say someone keeps making jokes and no one's like laughing at the jokes, like you'd be able to pick up energetically that that person's feeling pretty bad that no one's laughing at their jokes, and then you would start laughing at their jokes, and then you make them feel really good. And like you really like kind of go along with people. And I don't know, you just have this way of making people feel really good about themselves. I feel like you would know what I'm talking about already. So like if this resonates with me or with you, then you know what you do. We have a leg up. I feel like you always, you have this very kind, helping spirit about you. Like you're here to help people, and I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are in a position like a teacher or a therapist or just someone who motivates and encourages people to get ahead in life, or if you're in a field like that, it seems like it, or maybe that's just who you are naturally. And we have to be fair, very realistic minded is what I'm seeing here. So it's not necessarily that you are an optimist, but it's like I feel like you're always constantly seeing things from both sides. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys had strong Libra placements, so Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or just if you give off a lot of Libra energy naturally, even without having those placements. I don't know. But I'm just getting that you're really skilled in relationships. You're really skilled in reading people and feeling what they want and showing them the gratitude, the compliments, whatever it is that they need. That's like that healing energy for them. And also, you are very good at seeing both sides of situations, and having that level head is really attractive as well. I'm also getting a sense of calmness from you, even if you have your moments like we all do. Generally speaking, people external to you perceive you to be a very calm, relaxed person. Now, this doesn't have to be true. Like, you could be internally freaking out all the time, but this is just how people perceive you and what they find attractive about you. Like, you can totally be out here, like, absolutely freaking out, having these mood swings, but the way that you hold yourself, it does not show. Oh my gosh, maybe there is like a bit of a schism there with how you act versus how you feel, because I'm just seeing, like, again, like supreme control over your emotions. And it's not necessarily saying that you're emotionally together or you don't suffer or whatever. It's just saying, like, even if you're freaking out internally, having all this anxiety, angry, super angry, like, you're not gonna like let that make you look messy. You get what I'm saying? Like, you are going to, I don't know, you hold yourself together pretty well. That's what I'm gonna say. Your energy oracle is cornucopia in reversed, again with the gratitude. And it's interesting because I feel like, you know what you might have a problem with doing this is like constantly trying to improve the moods of pessimists, of people who do nothing but complain about their circumstances. Like, you're the type of person to give them advice over and over and over again, try to help them out. You're just a very big helper, very big giver. So I would say be careful of that. Don't overextend yourself for the wrong people. Maybe that's something that people around you notice as well, that you could be overextending yourself too much to the people around you. So I would just, be careful of that. Make sure you don't burn yourself out either, because I just think you're a pure heart, and that's what people find so attractive. You're a pure heart, you're very kind, you express gratitude, you have this like psychic uncanny ability to figure out exactly what someone wants or needs to boost their ego, to make them feel really good about themselves, and that makes you addicting to be around. But at the same time, genuinely, that could attract narcissists or people who like kind of become dependent on that. So just be careful, okay? I think that's one thing you should be aware of. Like, your energy can become addictive to people who don't know how to boost their own self-esteem, and then they rely on you for attention, compliments, reassurance, things like that. So if you feel like there's anyone in your life who is like that, maybe pull back from that a little bit. But you do have this kind of addicting element to the energy that you give. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reversed. I just feel like maybe you don't have every single reason to be grateful, Like, maybe you struggled a lot, either growing up or just in life in general. But you're almost stubbornly not going to give up on yourself, on your dreams, even when you are going through those struggles. We also have the Three of Swords. Wow, this is literally the card of heartbreak. Oh my gosh. And we have the Hanged Man in reverse. I wonder if you are a bit of a heartbreaker, group number 2. Because here's the thing. You know what I'm really seeing here, actually, in these cards? Well, first off, I'm seeing someone might still be hung up on you. Like, literally with the Hanged Man reversed, the Three of Swords, Queen of Pentacles reversed. Like, someone literally might be hung up on you still. So if that rings a bell. But also what I'm seeing here is, like, I almost feel like you accidentally make people, like, psychotic after you separate yourselves from them. Because it's like, you might have noticed this pattern. It's almost like a blessing and a curse at the same time, because you are actually, like, I would say probably more attractive than most people. Like, you have this addicting element about you, like this addictive attraction about you, because of how deeply and quickly you could see into people and see exactly what they need to hear. Like, that's what makes you addicting. I just got the message, you might have been a nymph, like a nymph spirit in past lives. Okay, nymph spirits are these spirits who reside in bodies of water or in certain dwellings or certain places in the woods, and they like protect that and make that area magical. And I've done a lot of like shamanic journeying to visit nymphs, and basically, like, if anyone stumbles upon that neck of the woods or in those waters, they can receive a lot of healing from nymph spirits. And so I'm just seeing this vision of you probably were one in a past life. And I know some of you guys are gonna think I'm insane for saying that, because you might not believe in, you know, mythical creatures, I guess, but that's just what I'm seeing. So if you believe in that, I definitely see that for you. It's just like, you know exactly how to nurture people, and you have this magic about you that fills people up. And I feel like that's great for you on a professional level. Like, I think you could have a lot of professional success with that if you have any career in a field like that. However, it can cause some trouble in your personal life, because I'm almost seeing like some people might take you for granted over time because of that quality that you have. And if they're not pouring the same amount of energy back to you in a personal relationship, like, you have self-respect and you will walk away. And then once you walk away, it's like you kind of ruined that person's life, because they're never gonna find anyone as good as you. I know that sounds so bad to say, but like, truly, like, Queen of Pentacles reversed, like, I really feel like you give so much in relationships and so much to your friends, so much to everyone. It's like, if they push you to the brink of leaving, they will never find anyone as good as you. And that's why I feel like you have like a trail of broken hearts behind you because it's like they're never gonna experience that type of love again. I'm just being honest, y'all. And also, I will say, like, if you just genuinely aren't interested in people, they can feel a little heartbroken over it, but there's nothing you can do about that. I wouldn't feel bad about it. And again, we had that message of someone from your past might literally be still hung up on you. And it's coming through in this reading because I'm connecting with your energy, and I'm feeling that very strongly for you, group number 2. So I definitely would not be surprised if quite a few of you still had an ex hung up on you, or someone, even, it doesn't even have to be like an ex, it could be like an old friend, something like that, who constantly keeps thinking about you, stalking you on social media, whatever, because you offered so much, and if people take that for granted, it's just the worst. Like, and that's why the prayer came out as like your tool, because it's like, you know, prayers, for example, are just something that you offer out of pure unconditional love, expecting nothing in return. So it's like, you know, that's how you love. So it really is a loss when people can no longer have access to you. So, but that is their karma. So thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next reading. Bye bye. Group number 3. Let's see what makes you beautiful, what makes you stunning. Why are people crushing on you? Why are you gorgeous and magnetic? We have the tear. Okay, right away I'm seeing, first off, for some reason this symbol reminds me of an angel. If you've ever like seen the biblically accurate depictions of angels, it's just a bunch of eyes and wings everywhere. It's quite frightening. And for some reason, this is reminding me of that. So I do right off the bat feel like you are an earth angel. Earth angels are essentially like angels who incarnate into human bodies to do healing work for the collective. And even if you don't necessarily follow or believe in angels or whatever, you know, just take this metaphorically. I don't personally subscribe to any religion. I feel like all spirits exist. So this isn't a religious thing, but earth angels are essentially like spirit guides, angels, whatever you want to call it, incarnated as a human to do some more hands-on type of healing work for the collective to help out. And I do feel like you in particular have beautiful emotional vulnerability, good advice. Like, I'm getting therapist energy, which it doesn't surprise me because like I feel like everyone who is interested in tarot, it's not that we're all the same, but we're all quite similar, right? So just being interested in heart space. I'm also seeing this emerald here. I think that's an emerald, I don't know. This is just giving me heart center, heart-based stuff. So I just feel like you're a very loving person in general. Like, you have a lot of love in your heart. I also just got like a random vision of my old friend's mother, and she was just like the best mom to all of us, like literally her own kids, but also every one of us who went over there, like she would be baking for us. And there was a lot of us, a huge group of us that went over there, and she like was everyone's mom, which was really great because I feel like the area I grew up in, like a lot of people had like kind of dysfunctional families, and she was like the go-to mom. And I just feel like if you have a kid, you might be like that for them, or even if you don't have one, like if you were to have one, you would just be the type of, like, have you ever seen the Gilmore Girls? You're like Lorelai, you know, like you're just the most, I don't know, I don't want to say you're maternal, but just genuinely loving person, and not gonna judge anyone based off of how they look, based off of what they do, like a very heart-based person. Really beautiful. We have the storm coming out for you. Interesting. I feel, how do I put this? It's not that you have drama, but I just feel like you might have had such a fascinating life story and history, and how do I put it? Because drama, when you think of drama, you think of like gossiping, and that's not what I mean. It's just like you have interesting stories to tell. Interesting things have happened to you in your life, and I just feel like you're a fascinating person to talk to with the storm card here. Maybe you've weathered quite a few storms yourself, and people are just really intrigued in hearing what you have to say. But I don't know, I'm seeing this storm card more as like intrigue. Also, I'm seeing this is very strange. It feels like an energetic thing. I don't think you're doing anything to do this. Like, it's not a conscious thing you're doing. But for some reason, I feel like people almost have like this awakening in their emotional bodies upon meeting you. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have a few stories of someone telling, like, just absolutely breaking down to you, crying, telling you all their traumas and stuff, and then them telling you, like, I haven't cried in years, I never open up like this. You know, you seem to trigger emotional energies in people, and this is something that I see very rarely in people. Okay, very rarely when I do readings for people. They just carry a certain energy where it's not even that they do anything, it's just like they crack open new, how do I put it, like they awaken new forms of kundalini, they awaken new energies within people just upon meeting them. It's the strangest thing, and I've only met a handful of people who carried this energy. Like I once knew this person and they carried this energy, but it was for spiritual stuff. So like literally upon meeting them, you just immediately almost feel high, and you just, the weird synchronicities happen. You have all of these spiritual experiences while they're in your life. And they explain to me like that happens to them all the time. Every single person that they meet like end up having these weird spiritual things. So I mean, it's a very rare trait, but I do believe each person, each individual here on earth carries different spirits, different energies within them. So for example, I was just telling group number 2 that they had a lot of nymph energy. So they spent past lives as a nymph or whatever. A lot of people can have like a lot of fire energy in them, a lot of earth energy, star energy, the spirit of the ocean within them, the spirit of the mountains within them. And you have this like kind of collection of different energies that make up your soul. For example, I personally believe I have a lot of moon energy within me. And like, it's not just one thing and like you're 100% made up of this energy. Like, you're a collection of different things and everyone is different. And I feel for you, group number 3, you carry a lot of emotional energy within you, but it's more so like you trigger emotional awakenings within people. We always hear the phrase spiritual awakening, and I've never used the phrase emotional awakening before in my life until I did this reading for you. So I just feel like the most stone-faced, cold people could meet you and like just break down like babies. I know that's a very weird and specific message, but it's what makes you attractive. So that's what this reading is. We have serendipity. There is a sense of like, I was gonna say luck about you, but it's like, I do wonder if you kind of carry this spiritual energy too, where it's like you meet someone and you keep seeing repeating numbers when you're together. You have these weird paranormal experiences, alien experiences. So I do wonder about you, group number 3. Like, does strange things happen to you? I'm kind of getting psychic energy from you, to be honest. But I even feel like it carries off into the people around you as well. Like, honestly, you would probably make a really good cult leader. You would make a really good cult leader, because I feel like even the biggest non-believer, the biggest, like, you're a very convincing person. Maybe you'd make a good salesperson as well. I don't know. And, oh, you know what it is? You'd also probably be really good at emotional manipulation, which, you know, we've all emotionally manipulated at some points in our lives, you know. But you probably were really good at it. Okay. Not saying that you should do it. I'm just saying you would be good at it, because you're very, like, empathetic. You have a lot of emotional energy. And you just kind of, like, cut to the core of people's hearts, you know? It's very interesting. There's a lot of power here. So, very convincing person. And also, like, there's just this strange energy of, like, without even doing anything, you trigger these weird experiences around you. You trigger these weird awakenings within people. So, yeah, interesting. So we have observer. You're definitely a good listener. And we also see the fox spirit here. Foxy lady. Maybe you're very sexy. Oh, we have the moon spirit here as well. So this is intuition. This is that psychic ability we were just picking up on. There's also a cunningness here, intelligence, quick thinking. But I do feel like you are more comfortable in the listening role in conversations as opposed to the speaking role necessarily. Although I am kind of seeing, like, you can probably talk a mile a minute with the people that you love. But when it comes to new people, when it comes to just people you don't know that well yet, like, you will sit and observe everything about them. And it takes you quite a while to become comfortable opening up fully about yourself. But that kind of gives you some power. And I'm not saying to use this as a tactic to gather more information that you share with people, because that could be a manipulation tactic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's kind of who you are naturally, and it's not a bad thing. Like, you just enjoy hearing people talk, hearing them, making them feel heard. Also, you might have, like, a lifelong love affair with learning, with increasing your brain power, your knowledge, expanding your intellectual horizons. We also have walking away in reverse. Now this is interesting. This is actually giving me, like, a sense of home. I feel like people feel like they're at home when they're with you. And again, I keep thinking of, like, this person who was like my mom, but not actually my mom, you know? And she always made me feel like I had a sense of home, and I was lacking that in my life. And I'm getting that same energy from you, where it's like people feel weirdly comfortable around you. It's that energy we were talking about. You don't even do anything in particular to be this way. It's just literally who you are and the energy that you carry. For some reason, people just feel really comfortable around you. You know what this kind of reminds me of? If you've watched Harry Potter, the Weasley mom, I forget her name. It's that same energy where you just feel comfortable around her. Like, she just gives off that comfortable mom energy of, like, but not like just any old mom. Like, this is like a genuinely loving mom energy. That's what you give off, and people are attracted to you for it. Like, they feel so, like, they could just be themselves. They feel like they can just breathe out, let their hair down, and be their genuine self around you. We also have body. Okay, so I was actually just thinking this. I was like, I really hope, like, that's not it. Okay, you guys are also hot physically. Which, honestly, like, for real, I don't understand the word ugly. Like, the only time I ever looked at someone and thought that they were ugly was when they, like, went out of their way to be an awful person, or just do horrendous things to themselves, or just, like, not know how to dress themselves. So where was I going with that? Oh yeah, because I was saying, like, I'm gonna tell, like, literally every single group they're physically attractive, and I don't want you to think I'm saying that because, you know, just for the reading, you know, I'm not just saying that. Like, I really am truly getting physical attractiveness from you guys. Like, you have the body card coming out for you. Show me divine how to love and fully, you know what, maybe what this is saying is maybe there was a point in your life, and maybe it's right now, where you just simply don't realize actually how attractive you are. Like, there are people who are so deeply attracted to your body type, to how you look, and maybe you don't realize that. But like, straight up, there are people who have like kinks and fetishes for like people who are just like you, however you look. I don't know how you look because I'm not looking at you, but like, whatever you are insecure about, there is a fetish for that. Just keep that in mind every time you're beating yourself up in the mirror, okay? Like, this card comes out to be like, you don't even realize how hot you are. Like, think about redheads. Like, I love redheads. They are beautiful, gorgeous, you know, rare breed, needs to have more babies, okay? But then I think growing up, all of redheads that I knew were so insecure about their hair, and it's like, why? Literally, why? Like, I would love to have that hair naturally. Are you kidding me? Why are you insecure? That's the kind of energy I'm getting for you. I'm not saying that you're a ginger. Maybe you are. I don't know. But it's just like the thing that you're insecure about, most, like, not even just some, but like most other people find either extremely attractive and want to be with you because of it, or they want to be you because of it. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, you know, I do wonder if you have some body dysmorphia, or like you're just really down on yourself for no reason, because like, I am getting hotness from you. Hotness that for some reason, like, you're not seeing it in that way. Like, the thing that everyone thinks is so hot about you, you're like weirdly insecure about it. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I really don't. Show me divine how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. We have the 7 of Swords in reversed. I don't know why this is giving me a sense of silliness. Like, not taking life too seriously. I feel like, yeah, sure, you're loving, you're responsible, but at the same time, you know how to have fun. I'm just getting really fun, comfortable family vibes from you, like best friend vibes. You don't have to dress up for anyone, like just wearing your sweatpants and having a great time at home with your girls and just laughing so hard nonstop. Like, this probably doesn't make sense. I'm literally just getting visions now. I'm literally just like getting energy. People feel so comfortable around you. They have a genuinely fun time with you, and they just feel like they can relax around you, which is great. We have the Hermit in reversed. There's like a deeply spiritual side to you. The Hermit in reversed, this Observer card. You could be really quiet. It's weird. Maybe you're really quiet around new people, but then like you're like super loud and obnoxious with your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, which is, it's fun. I feel like people actually have fun getting to know you and the mystery that you are, because I feel like you may be a little bit to yourself around new people, but you may be insecure about that. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you're insecure because you think you're awkward because you don't open up super easy, or maybe you're a little shy. Maybe you don't talk naturally super a lot around new people, but people actually enjoy that about you, because it's like the fun of kind of like unwrapping you like a present, like figuring out new things about you, and like you give off this sense of mystery. You think you're being awkward, but really you're being mysterious in a very attractive way. So there is that. Also, like, the Hermit comes out for the seekers in life, the people who think really deeply and ponder philosophy and dive into spirituality, meditation, all that stuff. We have the Lovers in reversed, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Listen, you're the one that clicked on this reading, okay? You knew what you were getting yourself into. This, like, people want to bang you. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, look at the card. Just look at the card, okay? People want to bang you, all right? Like, also, there's something here about hair. Like, both of these people have like glorious hair, so maybe you have really nice hair, nice long dark hair for some of you, or a ginger, as we talked about earlier. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you don't. I don't know, just a random prediction. I do Now I'm thinking. We have the Lovers card in reverse and we have Walking Away in reverse. I wonder if... Because, like, you're giving off this homely type of energy of, like, longevity and, like, creating friendships and people who feel like family. But at the same time, I wonder if there's a part of you that's, like, really into casual stuff. And if there isn't, maybe you just have an obnoxiously large amount of people who want to just do casual stuff with you. By casual, I mean, like, not necessarily one-night stands, but, like just being very lighthearted about your connections, like friends with benefits, and, you know, maybe you're on vacation and you're single and, you know, you meet a person, but it's, like, very light, casual. I do wonder if that energy exists somewhere in your life with Walking Away in reverse, the Lovers reversed. Also, similar to group number 1, I am definitely picking up, oh, and with the Hermit reversed, these are all cards of, like, singleness, like being single. Are you single, group number 3? I'll take your number. You seem hot. Maybe, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but do you guys ever feel like you're in a long-term relationship and you get, like, people might not even know that you're in a relationship? Like, maybe you're just walking down the street and you just notice that, like, no one talks to you, no one looks at you, like, whatever. And then it's like the second you're single, suddenly all eyes are on you and, like, all these people are reaching out, and it just feels like an energetic shift for some reason. I feel like even if you're in a relationship, you give off single energy. And again, it's like an energetic thing. It's not something you do consciously. And it just, to me, always seems like you attract people who think you're single, whether you are or not. And I don't know. There's this energy here of, like, oh, they're an independent person and they're doing what they want. Maybe you pour a lot of energy into you. I do wonder, though, if some of you have gotten into a breakup recently, because I do kind of see past energy in this reading for you, and that does make me think that people from your past are still, like, pining over you. Just to be honest, like group number 1, it's showing up for you as well. Like, because when people think about you excessively, or, like, still in love with you, you know, they are sending you that energy through your shared energy cord. And when I do a reading for you, I set up an energy cord to you. So I'm feeling that within your energy, people from your past still pining over you. Some of you guys are staying single out of choice. I am definitely feeling that for a lot of you. Like, I am staying single out of choice. I'm just gonna see what's out there, or just focus on me for right now. And that makes you extremely attractive. Like, you're this independent person who don't need no man, and you're just gonna have fun and do what you want. And if it grows into something more, it grows into something more. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, that's the energy I'm getting. Even if you are in a super long relationship, like, people still find you attractive because you give off this energy of independence while simultaneously, like, triggering this emotional awakening in people. You know what it is? I feel like people fall in love with you really, really easily. And that's why they might pine after you, okay? And that's also might be why you give off the single person energy, because it's like you don't necessarily fall in love at the same pace that they do. So, really interesting. You attract some complicated people, is what I'm gonna say, because it's like simultaneously, like, maybe it's the type of people who just want to, like, bone but then they, like, low-key fall in love with you, and then they're just trying to pretend like they're not in love with you, and then you're just, like, getting yours anyways, and then their energy gets all weird, so you're like, all right, bye, and then, you know, now they're pining after you. Like, I'm just getting really weird situationship vibes from you. So these people may be in love with you secretly. That was weirdly specific reading. Y'all are hot, that's for sure. Very attractive. I wish you the best. Have fun being hot. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye bye. Group number 4, why are you hot? Why are you beautiful? Why are people crushing on you? What makes you magnetic? You have the gem. You are a gem. Group number 4. You know what this is telling me? This is like finding what is that saying? I can't remember it now, of course. Like the finding a diamond in the rough. That's what you give me here. So right away I just am getting like images of like dating apps and like maybe like seeing someone swipe through dating apps and like everyone sucks, like none of them are attractive, none of them have personality, and then they find you and you're like the diamond in the rough, you know, and you might not even be on dating apps, but like that's the vision that I'm getting here. So in the dating scene, if you are single, if you are dating on the apps, you know, doing your thing, you're definitely giving off that energy of like being the diamond in the rough, and people are like, okay, I can go for this. Also, like your heart feels like 1 in a million. Also, I'm seeing a lot of color here. I do wonder if you have a very colorful wardrobe or hair specifically. Like I'm seeing colorful hair, colorful wardrobe, or maybe you like paint your house like really bright, obnoxious colors. Like I'm just seeing that you're not afraid of colors. And you have a bright and beautiful heart, diamond in the rough, in a world where everyone is just not super emotionally intelligent and focusing on themselves. You are kind and loving and considerate. So you're giving me diamond in the rough energy. We have the orphan coming out. Okay, with the snake spirit. Snake spirits come through for people going through highly transformative times. Also, I'm noticing that this is card number 5. 5 is the number of transformation and change, the winds of change. So I wonder if you have gone through some really difficult circumstances and you have a story to tell about it. This is honestly giving me rags to riches energy. So I do feel like you have a very strong spirit that does not give up. The orphan is really telling me that you haven't had it easy in life. And that, in a weird way, makes you attractive. Okay, because you have actually seen life. You know what you're actually giving me? You're giving me realness. You are giving me realness. You know, only real can see real. Okay, I feel this way, honestly. And, you know, this may be bad of me to say, but like sometimes I meet people who just had it really, really easy in life. And I genuinely feel happy for them. I'm happy that they had a privileged life, and if I ever have children, I want them to have a privileged life as well. I want them to have all the tools of success for them. But in a weird way, I can't relate to those people at all. And strangely enough, I find it extremely attractive when people have a story of struggle. Okay, I don't know why. For some reason, I just find it when people haven't had to struggle that much in life, I don't find it attractive. Maybe it's how I grew up, you know, growing up in the struggle, it's what I'm used to, but like, I don't know, I'm just seeing that. And honestly, it's not necessarily, I don't think you have to even grow up in the struggle to find that attractive, because even people who have all their needs and wants met in their life, who are really like well off, you know, never had to struggle before, I think they even find it attractive. I think it's a biological thing. Like, you've been through so much and you survived, you're good breeding material, you know? It gets our loins going. Because after all, at the end of the day, we're all mammals, okay? Our hormones guide us to be attracted to people who thrive, survive, and could keep the human race going, okay? So that's why I said breeding material, not to offend anyone. Anyways, that is weirdly a very attractive thing about you, you know? Lots of stamina. You have a story. You have flexible. All right. Breeding material, flexible. My mind's going in really nasty places. You know, maybe it's just the reading. It's just the nature of the reading. Tuning into what makes you attractive, y'all. I am so sorry. Maybe you have a really good figure as well. People want to see you being flexible for them. I don't know. Oh, God, this is awful. I'm starting to get tired too, so I'm like deliriously tuning into people's like sexual fantasies about you. This is awful. Anyways, I'm seeing this flexibility more as like you're not unyielding, you know, like you are really open-minded and I just feel like you don't judge anyone. You know, you have an open mind, you try out new things, you know, you're not stuck in your ways, stuck in your comfort zone. You're always looking to expand that horizon. And I see here that she's balanced on an egg, and that egg shows me fertility. Now, and also we see like fertile fields here in the background, showing just like having a fertile mind, a fertile heart, an open heart, looking to try new things, do new things. That is super attractive to people. You wouldn't want to be necessarily attractive to someone who's constantly stuck in their ways, stuck in their comfort zone. So that's what that means. Also, I keep getting visions of like the word birthing hips is coming to my mind. I'm so sorry. Maybe you have really nice hips or a really nice butt. Okay. Oh, thighs as well. I'm a sucker for thick thighs. Okay. Like, that region of you may be on point. Okay, I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just the reader. Don't shoot the messenger here. You're the one who clicked on a reading. What makes you attractive? So don't be mad when I'm gonna be talking about your butt, you know? Just what happens. Ooh, yin. Okay, divine feminine. This is divine feminine energy. Even if you are someone who identifies as a man or a masculine person, yin is the divine feminine energy. It's an energetic thing. You might have a lot of yin energy. That doesn't have anything to do with gender, really. And yin shows this soft side to ourselves, the more mystical and kind of like yin energy gives me a sense of like space, outer space. It creates space for the stars to exist. That is yin energy. So allowing room and a safe space for people to be whoever they want to be. And also, I feel like you kind of let people come to you. You know, you let them do the work a little bit. You're very flexible with your, you know, however people want to show up in a relationship, you allow them to show up in that way. And because of that, it's like, I don't know, I'm just getting the sense of like people have to like work to get to you. People have to, you have this natural energy about you that makes people want to do more for you, to be more for you. You're really inspirational as well. You'd probably make a really good public speaker if you're good at speaking. Because like, I don't know, I'm seeing this rags to riches story. I'm seeing like, for some reason, people feel really inspired to do more. Maybe it is your literal story of struggle that makes people feel like they want to do more in life, or put more effort into themselves, into you, into whatever. I don't know. You're very like motivational in a weird way. Yin energy is also very very nurturing and super duper creative. So if you have any creative hobbies or talents, that may be your strong point for attractiveness. For example, if you're like a really good singer, people find that so attractive. Or if you're good at art, or you just have your own little hobby like that, that is something that people find super attractive, you know? And that's, again, a common thing that people are attracted to, creative types. Okay, creative types, birth and hips. Big old butt. I don't know what you got rocking here, but there are definitely lots of attractive traits here. We have work. What do you do for a living? Group number 4. And would what you do for a living, would that be like a turn on for someone? Like, do you have a really good job, or a job that's really interesting that people want to ask you questions about? That could be a thing. And it says, I am now available to receive all who can benefit from my work. Maybe you do, maybe some of you do like charity work. Use me to relieve suffering on the planet. May all who need me find me. The divine is my complete source for all prosperity and will provide. It may not even be a literal job. It might be just something that you do on the side to help out. I'm getting a sense of giving back from you, a sense of being really generous and actually wanting to make the world a better place. Like, that is an actual desire that you have, which is attractive. We have financial constraints. Okay, this is the card. I'm being broke. I'm gonna be honest here. But I wonder why that is coming through in your reading. You know what? Honestly, financial constraints, for some reason, it's giving me like sugar baby energy. I have no idea why. But like, that paired with yin, to me, there's something about your energy. And similar to group number 3, like, it's not something that you're necessarily doing consciously here. It is just your energy. For some people, for some reason, the way that you communicate with people, the way that you communicate with the world, it makes people want to support you. Like, people want to work harder for you. I don't know why. I feel like you're very good at utilizing your divine feminine energy. Like, I don't know. I'm getting like sugar baby vibes. And I'm not saying that you're a sugar baby. I'm just saying, like, there's something about you that I do wonder if some of you are in like, okay, this video is definitely going to get demonetized because of you. Thank you, group number 4. Give me a donation because this is going to get demonetized. There may be something about your life where you might be into like a BDSM dom sub thing, and you may be the subby person here. I don't know. I mean, it could be the other way around, but if you're not into that, you know, don't force it to apply if it doesn't resonate. But I'm kind of getting like this energy of like, you're just so cute, you're so quaint, you're very like soft, yielding, you let people be who they are, you're this safe space for people, you're very like flexible, open-minded, and people just want to protect you. Like, there's this, the energy about you is kind of like a cute little puppy dog. Like, people just want to take care of you, they just want to protect you, they just want to support you however they can. So that's what I'm seeing here. You're very cute. We have the Ace of Wands in reversed. Now, this is a very sexual card, right? Okay, and literally the way that they did it in this deck, it literally looks like a vagina. But it is in reversed, so I do wonder if it's like, not necessarily that like you make people work for it. Actually, I am going to say that. I feel like you make people be their best versions first and like work for it. Like, you're not easy, you know? And even if you are easy, which there's nothing wrong with that, you know, we all love having fun out here. You do it in a way in which it's like, you can't just, like, no one can have me. Someone really special can have me, have access to me. And like, you gotta work for it. You gotta take me out to dinner first. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you put people in their masculine energy, even if you're not attracted to men. Again, it has nothing to do with gender. Your energy puts people in their masculine energy where they feel like they just want to provide for you, do for you, take you out, take the initiative. That's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Wands in reversed. We have the Knight of Wands in reversed. Interesting. Very... I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's a lot of sexual energy. Very fun. I do wonder if one thing, also I'm getting like gymnast vibes for some of you. Random message, I know, but maybe for like one of you out there it applies. I feel like one thing that might be a shadow attribute of you is attracting douchebags. Okay, attracting douchebags. That may have been something that you had to overcome in your past, or maybe you're overcoming it right now, but I would say beware of people who kind of treat you like prey. Ugh, that sounds so gross, but like, you know, how do I put it? Because you're very, I do feel like you're very attractive, obviously, physically, but also kind, and you have a beautiful heart, and you're very like giving, and you create this safe space for people. And I do wonder if there are some people out there who kind of find pleasure in the chase when it comes to you, and then it's like the second that they get what they want, they're not really into it anymore. Douchebags, essentially a douchebag. So if you find yourself being attracted to douchebags or having a pattern of being with people like that, that may be something you want to give some more energy and attention to. I have noticed, like, with all 4 of the groups, there seemed to be something. So it's like, not only this is why you're attractive, but like, watch out for this person who will be attracted to you. Okay, it seems like every group had a message like that come through, and this is your message. Just be aware of douchebag energy. because for whatever reason you seem to attract them. So as long as you're not attracted to them, you'll be fine, because then you won't even engage in it. And it's not saying that's the only energy you attract. You attract lots of people, okay? It's just like, make sure that the people you are attracted to are not douchebags, okay? And we have the Eight of Wands. Very fast moving energy. I feel like you're not afraid of intimacy. You're not afraid to open up and let things go at their own pace. Also with the Eight of Wands, you're a really good communicator. People love talking to you, texting you, calling you, keeping in contact with you, watching you on social media, whatever it may be. Eight of Wands is a card of communication and fast movement, fast momentum. And I feel like when people get a hold of your energy and get into your life, you almost trigger this sense of like, I don't want to lose them within them. Like, I don't want to lose you. I want to work really hard for you. I want to provide for you. Like, again, diamond in the rough energy. You make people want to work hard to keep you in their life. And you make people like really want to chase you, just to be honest. And like, you may even attract people who want to move really quickly with you, and that could be off-putting as well. So group number 4, you know what I'm really seeing here? I think you should be a lot more picky with who you choose, because it seems like you attract quite a lot of people, and you're such a kind person. I just worry that you're not being picky enough when it comes to the people in your life, okay? These people who are moving way too fast out of like anxiety, they're not good, okay? They're not good. You want a nice, secure person to be with. And the douchebags, you don't want to be with them either. These are the people you attract, as well as many other people, because you're diamond in the rough. So it's just saying like, you're definitely not broke in terms of the amount of people who you attract. So be a little bit more picky if you can, okay? Thank you guys for joining me. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you for the next reading. Bye-bye.